Over here tearing up that damn couch. We had that damn couch for 20 years. Should have kept the plastic on. And listen, Snoop Doggy Dogg, you need to get a job.
Boy, take care of the house while I'm gone. Clean up your room. Take out the garbage. I don't want these fast hair girls up in here. You hear me? And definitely don't let the dog pound up in here. I mean that.
And don't be messing with the 8-track. Loan me $5.
With so much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being Snoop D-O-double-G, but I somehow, someway keep coming up with funky ass hits like every single day. May I kick a little something for the G's and make a few hits as I breeze through. 2 in the morning and the party still jumping cause my mama ain't home. I got some freaks in the living room getting it on and they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. So what you gonna do? I got a pocket full of rubbers and my homeboys do too. So turn off the lights and close the doors. But for what? We don't love them now. Yeah. So we gon' blow an ounce to this. G's up, freeze up for a second now. Bounce to this. Rolling down the street, smoking and sipping on gin and juice. Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Rolling down the street, smoking and sipping on gin and juice. Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. I got me some secret gin. Everybody got their cups, but they ain't chipped in. Now these types of things happen all the time. You gotta get yours, but fool, I gotta get mine. See, everything is fine when you're listening to the D.O.G. I got to cultivate the music that be captivating me. Who listen to the words that I speak as I take me a drink to the middle of the street and get to mackin' to this trick named Sadie. She used to be my homeboy's lady. 80 degrees, wanna tell that trick, please raise up off these NUTs, cause you get none of these. Let's take it down in his house. Okay. Let's take it down. Take it down. How are you guys? Thank you for indulging me through that intro. I was feeling some like rap, some old school for me, old school rap. I was listening to that. I was listening to like NWA. I was listening to Ice Cube on some of his solo stuff. I don't know. It was cool. I like, that there's hook lines all through that song. I don't appreciate them till much later in life, like now in the last 10 years, whatever. Now I appreciate them. It's like, wow, they were like really something. I was so blinded to music. God, I hung on to the music of my youth and through my teen years, like you shouldn't ever do, because the music scene just went by. Gone. It's gone. It's gone. But the beautiful thing about music is that it lives on and you get to experience it. Much of like most of us do, like when we listen to the Beatles or any of that genre, really. I mean, that early 60s, mid 60s, late 50s, man, Chuck Berry. Now, a lot of them were freaks and weirdos, but you know what? A lot of them weren't, and made great music. So I got a little late in the game, catching up with you guys, seeing what was going on today. But I did see something that looked just horrendous, which was our friend Headless Horseman, who, correct me if I'm wrong, Headless, but you're like volunteer EMT now because you're retired, or you are EMT, but you're retired from your other position. Anyway, posted some pictures that we saw that were just total loss. And I saw or seen or
witnessed a lot of, sentiment towards Headless. Like, I hope that wasn't your home and this and that. But it was somebody's home. And I don't think there was any life lost, but it looked like a total loss. So, yeah, maybe we can get some clarity on that from Headless. But a total appreciation, bro, for what you do in your life, whether retired or volunteering or any of that, because that's real. What you're dealing with, that's real. That's super real. Hey, Mel. Hey, D. Hey, KK. Hey, Nazawa. What's up, guys? Joe Mama. That ain't my mama. No, that's Joe Mama. Who's mama? Joe Mama. Oh, so good to see you all. You guys are like a big, warm electric blanket. When I go live, it feels great. I love coming on and talking to you guys. I made a list tonight. My opener was speaking about Headless and what's going on there. So hopefully Headless will come on and enlighten us more. Or maybe some of you have actually spoken to Headless and you can elaborate. That would be great too. Very great. Like I said, I got in the game late today, so. Your facial hair seems to be the topic. My facial hair? Are you guys talking about the beard? I see that now. Okay. Well, an old guy. I am the definition of I ain't as good as I once, or what? A guy with Alzheimer's. That's what I am. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. But not on take two. That's true. That was super funny to me. I don't know why. That was super funny to me. Oh, you guys. My God. Fall is coming in like every day. It rained all day. And the leaves were falling and it was windy and it was just shit. I love the fall when the sun's out. Love it. You know what it's when I'm about to say what I'm going to say, I hear a lot of people say it, but I feel like, okay, I get it. But I'd say that fall is one of my favorite times of the year. And I hear so many people say that shit. And it's like, I don't know. Everybody loves fall. Except for the rain. We like those 65, 70 degree outdoor fire, wearing the flannel. Maybe got some nice comfortable boots, some nice comfortable boots all laced up. Your feet are all nice and warm. Sitting by the fire in the fall. That smell is in the air. I love that too. That's parts of fall I do love. I love it, but I hate the rain. And we actually have a forecast of potential snow in the 5-day outlook. Snow. It's not even Halloween yet. We're lucky. In the last so many years, I can't tell you exactly how many. A number of them have been very, we didn't know if we were going to have snow in Michigan for Christmas. And then we get it like a day or two before, or we just didn't get it. That was unheard of when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was shoveling 3 feet of snow out of the driveway. Now, I grew up on the lake shore off of Lake Michigan, so that makes sense. Because we experienced, you don't hear this in the history books, by the way. This is just me spouting. We experienced almost the same amount of snow as the people that lived in Buffalo. And the city of Buffalo is kind of like the city of Cleveland. They get a lot of snow. They're right off the lake. And that is what us up here in Michigan and the Great Lakes call lake effect snow. We get it. And even though we get it, our winters are they're milder than Wisconsin, and they're milder than Ohio, and milder than Illinois, and Pennsylvania, and New York. Our winters are milder as a result of Lake Michigan, because as much as we get lake effect snow, it also calms down like any major storms that come across it. It's a fascinating thing. You should look it up. Like, if you're a nerd, you should look it up. And I won't hate you if you do, because I mean, that's the kind of shit I look up. Why not? But in the summers, it also gives us here in Michigan. I feel like I'm doing a plug for West Michigan. Come to West Michigan, because it gives us cooler summers. And I know some of you are going, oh, that sucks, cooler summer. I'm talking about a nice little breeze, almost like an ocean type breeze that comes off the lake. And you're right in the mid to upper 70s, 80s. I mean, meanwhile, across the lake over in Wisconsin, they're getting baked. In Ohio, they're getting baked. In Illinois, they're getting baked. In the worst sense of the word. They don't have the lake. The Lake Michigan, calms and steadies out lots of things. Lots of things. Anyway, that's your meteorology forecast for the evening. I'm your weatherman, Bill. I did make a list. So thanks for indulging me through whatever that little trip into that was. Thank you. Let's read the chat, and then I'll go into what I wrote down. I'll be honest, I wasn't prepared for this test. I wrote some things. Yeah. Yes, the leaves are falling. And the leaves are beautiful when they fall. They are. I mean, you guys, people that are in this that have like a color change, like significant, where you go from like lush, beautiful leaves to like they're getting ready to fall. So they've like turned all their colors. Do you have a favorite road that you like to travel, or that you pay special attention to when all of that color is visible, like 90% visible? Is there an area? I have about 3 or 4 like that are very special for me. If I'm in any one of those scenarios and I'm driving that and it's this time of year, man, I take that stuff in. I love it. I love it. It's very short-lived. What I also find is I'm coming around a lot for spring. I like spring. I didn't used to like spring because I felt like everything was dirty. You had to clean everything and everything was dirty. You know, spring's pretty awesome too. And it'll be here soon. In the meantime, we get ready to go into the winter months, and we're going to hole up, and some of us will have fires and fireplace. Oh my God. I'm sorry. That was not the right thing to say. Sorry about that, Headless. But we'll have that comfort of being in the house, you know, with all the things that we embrace. So anyway, my bad. Wasn't thinking. I'm reading my notes, and like I'm reading them and I'm like, who wrote this? Trying to get it to spark the memory. Like, What were you thinking when you wrote this part of the note? I'm sure it'll come to me about 5 seconds after I end the live stream. Let's see what else I've written. Yeah. Right. Well, I think this was mainly to try to keep me on track, just to keep me talking. So I guess I don't have to go with my notes. Oh, sorry about that. That almost came through my nose. That would have been no bueno. No bueno. Hey, Robert Wallace. Yeah, winging it, kid. I'm winging it, kid. Giving it a shot. I'm not used to this. I'm actually reviewing the note to see if there's anything I can salvage out of it. I felt pretty passionate when I wrote it, but they're just bullet points. Pop up. Like, why did I write that? What does it mean? I wrote Trump. Where's the plan at? It's hypothetical, of course. It's totally full of my interpretation, your interpretation. Where we're at in this plan. Where are we at? Well, what I would like to say about where we are at in the plan is that we've officially gone over critical mass for the amount of pressure the Democrats can feel before this gigantic bubble bursts in their face. This thing is like a pregnant watermelon. Boom, boom, boom. Like just waiting to it's there. It's so ripe. This thing can't handle another degree of pressure in the room, or this bitch is about to get ugly. And it's about to get ugly. That's where I think the plan is at. What say you? Look at the loony, dumb, whatever, not dumb, corrupt left. Adam Schiff. Look at this phony bastard. This goofy, intelligent bastard. This storyline can't take another twist, can't take another turn. The pressure cooker is sounding. This bitch is whistling. It's whistling. The pressure cooker, it's all ramped up. It's all here. It's all here right now. I know I've used this analogy before, but I love it, so I'm going to use it again. But it's like there's a nice long thread off the bottom of your sweater. And if there was a tiny little man that was into like thrill seeking, he'd be on the fireplace mantle and he would jump off and he would just grab that string and it would just go until it's gone. Well, that tiny little man has jumped and grabbed hold of that string, and this bitch is unraveling right in front of us, like right now. Bill Barr and attorney, why do I always screw that up? Damn. Anyway, Attorney General Bill Barr and a very, very, very important guy that went with him came in unannounced into multiple countries to inspect the fraud that was going on into the 2016 election. See, that's going to open the door. It's Durham. It's John Durham. What is he? He's a federal attorney. Yeah. Am I having an aneurysm? What is going on? My God. My God. What the hell is going on? Anyway, they went on a little trip and flew over to Italy and unannounced, and they questioned everything that they had about what was going on with the fake Russian dossier that was the Christopher Steele dossier, as well as the fake Russian asset who wasn't a Russian asset. He was a Western asset by the name of Joseph Mifsud. And this is the one that they tried to plant into George Papadopoulos and say that he took information from Mifsud. I really hate saying that name, especially buzzed. Joey M. Mifsud. There we go. I got it. So, and it's all been proven. That's what's crazy. Everything that you guys know and I know about the truth and what's going on at this point is readily available for anybody to fact check, for anybody to want to dig in and say, bullshit, I'm proving that Donald Trump sucks. And he's wrong. He's wrong. He's totally 100% probably maybe more wrong than he's ever been in the history of people. He's wrong. But he's not wrong. He's right. So that's okay. Like he said, I will gladly take these slings and arrows for you, the American people. He knew they would come at him. He knew that they would turn his life upside down to the best of their ability. Why? Why? Everybody can say, yeah, he fucking deserves it. He's such a piece of shit. He's such a pompous ass. He's such a this and that. He's such a self-glorifying idiot and this and that. But you have to take that chatter away from the argument. Why would this man do this? He was against the corruption. He understood big business. He understood politics. Understood it. Inside and out, no question. Everybody loved him in Hollywood. Everybody in the political arena loved him. You know the people that hated him? The people he did business with. Well, he succeeded. Is he moral? Probably. Has he probably effed some people over in business in his life? Most definitely, probably. Does he take advantage of every tax loophole available for a major corporation business? Sure he does. The same as every other donor of the Democrat Party, like George Soros, who, if you don't know about him or you're just hearing about him, I mean, I'm not going to go down some crazy rabbit hole with him, but this man is a gigantic piece of shit. And that's really all I have to say about that. His track record speaks for everything about him. He's just a giant worm of an individual. All of these monies are what filtered into the Clinton Foundation, which was a charitable foundation. Bullshit. It's where they funneled all the money and laundried all the money through the charity, the Clinton Foundation. All the countries in the world donated money into the Clinton Foundation. They were convinced she was going to be president. This is what's commonly referred to as pay to play. And this was never more transparent than it is in the Clinton Foundation, which is going to see the light of day soon. I think, like a lot of these things, soon. It's a major pressure cooker right now. Hey, Enlightened Joss. Oh, it's so nice to catch you. Thank you. It's so nice to catch you, Jess. Hey, I see you too, the Redneck Pepper. I see you. I see you out there. And I see you too, James. I'm doing like, what was that called? Romper Room. I see James and I see KK and I see the Redneck Prepper and I see Enlightened. Can you imagine if that woman would have said that in 1980 when that was out? I see the Redneck Prepper. Stands with a fist. Loves to kill. Yeah. Not much, Redneck Prepper. I'm just venting as normal. Just getting my vent on. I don't know why. I guess I just need to. So, wow, that was okay. That was off Trump. Where's the plan at? Did I cover it? I think I believe in it. I hope you do too. Believe in the plan because it was written for you. This is to give your government back to the American people. But it's bigger than that. Totally, you guys. It's 100% bigger than that. And it's turning out to really be evident that it's bigger than returning our government back to us. Not another 4-year election. This changes the globe. And if you're a flat earther, that's fine. But this changes what's going on in the world. Evil goes away. Not completely. There are evil people. There's evil things. But the levers of power and the corrupt, evil individuals that were selling not only the United States, but the world right down the shitter is being exposed right before our eyes right now. Your time to argue with people and family members has passed. It's no longer necessary. You've drew your battle lines. You trust the plan. You're into this. And guess what? We are winning like we've never won before. Winning feels very defeating under Trump because he's winning in all measurable ways except for what we crave the most. And that's that dopamine hit of having it go on mainstream television where the world recognizes. And I tell you, be patient. That's coming. We will not spike the football. At least I will not spike the football when that day comes. But it's beyond the point of me arguing specifics to somebody's generalities. Fuck that. Someone that argues a generality when you're popping off specifics in specific instances is not worth your time to even waste your breath on. They have their head fully in the sand. Fully in the sand. That's the truth. Take that to the bank. Most people are one or two counterpoints away from having nothing to say. I was thinking about this actually hours ago, is that I thought about conversations that I've had with people that are Democrats, that are staunch anti-Trumpers. Even though they don't proclaim to be, they are. Just in everything they say. I mean, I can't make one joke about Bernie Sanders and say, we can't do this. People will die. I can't do that. And somebody says, you know, he really does care about everybody and wants everybody to have everything. So what am I going to jump into that conversation and go, Junior, you're a fucking retard? Because what you're talking about is watering down the definition of socialism to your interpretation of retardation. They can't handle it. They can't handle it all as that Do you see not the road that socialism will lead you down? Are there elements within socialism that are fantastic and very much humanitarian causes? Yeah, yes, and yes. The USA is the embodiment of humanitarian causes, and we're only going to get better. We're only going to get better. That's true. Do I want to even address this? Maybe. Don't worry. Don't put down your burrito. This isn't like life altering. Do I want to bring up Tulsi Gabbard? Not really. I'll say this as my disclaimer going into what I'm about to say is that when I'm finished saying what I'm going to say, in no way, shape, or form, in any way possible, on any timeline scenario of my life, would I ever vote for her should she be the Democrat to run against President Trump. It's just not happening. And I'm going to got news for you. It's not because she's a woman. I think she's a patriot. I think she's probably a hell of a woman who probably has people within her party that do, that's how politics work. People have influence on you. People move you. People this, people that. Well, DC is swampy. And there's a lot of swamp on everything. So I'm sure if they dig hard enough, they'll find something on her. I don't like her position against Trump. She paints him as a warmonger. This man is getting us out of every war. 100% getting us out of every war. So I hate that. But Hillary Clinton came out on someone's podcast, wasn't mine, was it yours? Definitely wasn't mine, and said that Tulsi Gabbard, in a nutshell, that she's a Russian asset. Basically just putting it out there. Tulsi Gabbard is a Russian asset. Trump's a Russian asset. Controlled by Putin. I mean, people on both sides of both parties. This was bipartisan. There was kind of an uproar in a good percentage of both parties on both sides when they accused this woman who is a military vet, a combat medic, taking care of our brothers and sisters in combat. Believe me, she's seen some shit. And her heart goes out to them. What she needs to realize is that she had to shit on Trump because that's the Democrat Party. That's where she has to run. What she really should do is drop out of the Democrat Party and fully endorse Trump as a patriot. I think she should do that. I think that would be the greatest thing that she could do as a patriot of this country. She must see by now that the things that she fundamentally didn't like about Trump, she tried to paint him as a war hawk because he had John Bolton, and John Bolton was a war hawk. But Trump never let him out of the stirrups. That man never got to run free. He was nothing but a body attached to a humongous mustache that spewed anything that didn't have to do with dropping bombs. This guy liked dropping bombs. Total war hawk. But it was a precision play by the Patriots. They brought in John Bolton to set the deep state at ease. They just never gave him control at all. Never gave him control at all of the reins of the power. That was all by design. This is all by design. Don't get down. Don't be out. What we are witnessing is very numbing. Think of how bad it's going to be for the people that really don't see this coming. If you're a guy, it's like a gigantic kick in the nuts with some steel-toed boots. And for you women, it's like maybe having your titties slapped. I don't know. Thankfully, I have no idea what hurts a woman because I don't hurt women. Such a douche. I'm sorry. God. I need the rewind button. Go back 10 seconds and swallow my tongue. Sorry about that. So, when the Democrats finally come to the realization that they never have an opportunity to ever win this election against Trump, listen, I care greatly for the president, but hypothetically, if something were to happen and Pence had to step in, at this point, we almost have to believe that Pence is privy to the plan, right? Must be. I think you would see an uprising of unparalleled events in history should one hair be removed from that man's head. The truth has been given. There is no more, well, I'm not sure what to think. Well, I don't really know how I feel about this. Bullshit. The truth has been given. It's been given to us for a very long time also, by the way. And I say that to myself as I say it with you. That's why I love doing this. I love the sounding board. I'm reaffirming my thoughts. We've had the truth for a very long time. It is time that has proven the information that we've been given. And the longer it goes, the more they sink. It's a total implosion. The deep state is truly treading water. They are really, really out of plays. They don't have any plays. Do I doubt their power? No. Do they have any false flags that they can pull off that are credible in any way? I don't think so. I think Trump and the Patriots have forced them to expend any immediate type of distraction that they could have. And as I say that, I know the minute I shut this off, I'll turn on the news and there'll be something that happened that's huge. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think that this plan is putting the deep state down into a position where they just have zero plays, and that's where we're at. The only thing that they have going for them is the news. That's it. They have the 5 or 6 channels that allow them to spew all of their bullshit. They don't have anything else besides that. And that's part of this plan, is to wake up people. People are going to be woken up watching this absolute circus that's going on with this non-impeachment inquiry where Adam Schiff is meeting. And let me just break this down. Hang on. Let me just break this down real quick for you. So what's going on right now is that Adam Schiff is holding these secret meetings down into a skiff in the basement of, I think, the Capitol. But basically what it means is, I don't have the anagram in front of me, but basically it means that they're in a container that nothing can penetrate it. Nothing can listen in. None of this. It's completely secure. And has been interviewing people that they call, who aren't witnesses. They're just people that they're calling one after another, giving them 5 to 10 hours of questioning, only with the Democrats in there. Now you might ask yourself, why is that? Why can't the Republicans be there? And I would say that's a really great question for you to ask. And the reason is that they can do it because they control the House. But they can also do it because they have not chosen to take a vote for an impeachment, an official impeachment. So at this point, it just becomes an investigation put out there by Adam Schiff, that piece of shit congressman from California who has heavy, heavy ties to the Standard Hotel that will bring him down amongst. This man was made for hanging. He's going to be suicided or tried for treason. Blatant, just, I don't know. I was going to say blatant treason. That's probably not a real thing. Isn't that, what do they call that? A double entendre? I'm probably really showing my ignorance, but treason is treason. It can't be blatant treason, right? Fuck. Sorry. Getting in my head a little. Oh, all that from Who's Next from Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, so anyway. What's ahead? That's the last thing I had wrote on my note. Well, driving in a boat around the castle moat with Trump in the boat in tote. And we smoked, and then we both float. Right on, man. Yeah. That's so right on. That's so right on. So what's ahead? Who the hell knows? Actually, I think we do. I think we've been shown. I've been ranting and talking and going on about it now for minutes. It's here. The Great Awakening has happened. The storm is here. And you have a front row seat to it. So do I. Like I said earlier, the time is over. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. You kind of have to leave it alone so that you pull out of their reality and they let the reality of what's going to have no choice but to be reported on mainstream television. It's going to get to the point of ridiculous where your work's done, you guys. You planted the seeds. Don't confuse that for stopping the message, getting out there and stop, giving the message. Don't confuse it with that. You should. When somebody, presents itself, you should. In whatever way you feel comfortable with. Even if it's just hey, Trump's a good guy. Like you never say that to somebody. Just blue. Hey, Trump. Trump's a good guy. All right, champ. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm getting at. Actually, I know what I'm getting at. I'm hoping you know what I'm getting at. What's up, Shack-a-lack-a-lack-a boom? Shack-a-boom! Shack. Everybody's here tonight. That's awesome. Shack Diesel. Is Food Stamp here? Did I miss Food Stamp? That might be the only one that I can tell that's missing. It's good to see you guys, man. It's good. I love hanging out with you. I do. Yep. Evening. So Headless, there you are. There you are. Did you catch what I was saying earlier, Headless? I'm sorry I didn't read the chat, and I should have, but did you read what I said at all, Headless? Did you read what I said? I'm firing on all cylinders tonight, peeps. Why does your button hurt? Why does your stuff hurt? What's the matter with you, Mel? Do you need help? What mods do I got to vet? The Redneck. I guess I'll go back and read. My bad. I think I only have 2. Which one do I need to vet? Thought they're both vetted. My bad, bro. Don't get your feelings hurt. It's all right. Oh. Who are the Democrats going to put up to run against Trump? D. Not me. Well, James, do you have anything to say? I'm going to go back and read what you wrote. Do you shit on the Redneck Pepper, dude? I'll have to go back and read, but I kind of like his take on some stuff. He's pretty funny. He's a good dude. Or female. I mean, I'm not sure that was discussed, but what am I doing? Political correct. Fuck it. Redneck Pepper sounds like a good channel name. There you go. Oh, all right. So I'm sure that'll all work out. Yeah, because I never, James is pretty chill. Why do you get his feelings hurt then? Who cares? I mean, that came out wrong. I care. But kind of like what are you going to do? That's what I meant to say. Instead, it came out as, who cares? I appreciate your Redneck Pepper. I do. I have a habit of doing that kind of shit in my life. Stuff. I compartmentalize it. I stick it into a little box that's palatable for me, and then I project that to the world. So that's how that shit goes. And sometimes that comes off as insensitive, and I don't mean it to at all. Because the truth is, I do care. I do care not only about that, but I care about a lot. I care about people. I care about truth. If we're going through this, and this is all being played out in front of us, and there's a purpose to all this in life, what's the purpose? What do you pray for? I pray for wisdom. I told you, blessing and a curse. I prayed for it for maybe 10, 15 years. And I might have that backwards from what I said the other night, but it's been a long time. And I feel like the gates of truth were kind of slowly opened, like peeling back the layer of an onion. I know it's a well-used cliche, but it is like that in a lot of ways. It's like peeling back an onion to truth. And that's why at this point, if I talk to somebody that is oblivious to truth, and I have to really just watch what I say. And the minute that I try to drop truth, it's got to be a little tiny breadcrumb to see how they respond, because most people are clueless, gone clueless. Just don't have an interest in learning, clueless. But we'll go with the talking points of the mainstream media, which is 90% controlled by the people that have negative talking points against President Trump. The math is easy. That's what's going on. That is, it's funny. Somebody asked me if I saw The West Wing I said, no, I've never seen it. And the truth is, I've never seen it. But somebody said, it's playing out dangerously close to how things are going today in society. And I was like, oh, really? And I still never felt the need to watch it, and I never did. But I thought, okay, somebody that I know and kind of respect recognizes that the West Wing is showing, or maybe it's the House of Cards. It's a House of Cards. Same thing, though. White House shit. House of Cards. Let me rewind. All that stuff I said, supplement House of Cards. So if that's real, then maybe there's another show that is completely real, and it has to do with the people that I bang my head against the wall trying to get them to understand what's going through. And that would be another show I've never, ever seen, not even one episode, The Walking Dead. But maybe, in fact, those that are completely upside down in their thinking are the Walking Dead. Should we as patriots not choose to stand up and support this president and say, no way, you're not taking this dude down? No. We are weary. We are tired. But we're not weak. And we're never fucking giving up. We're going forward, you guys. We're winning. Exactly like he said, we would win so much that you're going to beg him to stop winning. That's honestly how much this guy's winning. All right, if he has like a couple losses through his presidency, okay. One of them I'll say is Durham. It got rejected for the G7. But you know what's funny? I think the whole reason they pushed that G7 summit to happen at his country club, Durham, was to take maybe some focus off other things that were going on in the deep state that just totally shifted it. I mean, this is just a beautiful, crazy story. I cannot wait for a full documentary to happen over the Great Awakening, the Great Plan. When this is all done, you know, this is probably going to realistically, before everybody's awake, going to be like a 6-year deal. And that's total speculation on my point. I have nothing to base that on except emotion. That's it. Comes from nowhere. But I think he'll win re-election, and then I think I guess to sum up that person that spoke about it, the House of Cards will fall. House of Cards will come down. Like I said, I've never seen it, but it's a good analogy regardless. It is. It's a good analogy. House of Cards comes down. I like it. So I hope everything's okay in the chat. The Redneck Pepper, I hope you're good. I do appreciate you coming in, being cool. Anyway, I have nothing else wrote on my note. In a boat with a goat, sipping on a root beer float. So, I guess that's about it. Yeah, that's it. It's nice seeing you guys. Thanks for showing up. Unless you guys have something to talk about. Otherwise, deuces. These are deuces. Deuce. All right. I'll see you soon.